Hello and welcome to this edition of the Tenant. We've had lots of queries over the last few weeks on doing rental properties outside Mumbai. In today's Tenant special, we aren't quite doing that, but we are covering the three major cities of India in the rental market. We've got three accomplished brokers, specialists who know lots about rental properties in the three cities of Mumbai, Gurgaon, and Bangalore. So, joining us is Ram Prasad. He looks at the Mumbai market closely at a very large land area. There's Gurgaon, which is looked after by Arjun. He'll give us a lowdown as to how the Gurgaon market is faring, what tenants should do and should not do. And of course, we have Vikram. He's in the hub that right now is being dominated by the IT population, a fast risen city. He'll tell us how the rental market is shaping up there, what tenants should keep in mind, and of course, the approach for negotiation, which is a key instrument for every tenant. Thank you all very much for joining us. Ram Prasad,
Yeah,
Mumbai is the biggest market in sale as well as rental. You look at a very wide area in Mumbai, uh,
right.
right from the distant suburbs to even something like South Bombay. In your view, which is the one segment that drives the rental market of Mumbai?
So currently, if I look at western suburbs between Borivali to Goregaon, it is the redevelopment shifting people who are driving the markets. More than 500 buildings have gone for redevelopment. So you can imagine the demand of those people shifting. And if I go to the Andheri to Bandra belt, a lot of corporate guys are driving the demand. People who are shifting, who are upsizing, or people who move to Mumbai from other cities. So these are the two different segments. And of course, South Mumbai is all very high end. Rental started 1 lakh onwards. So those are again a lot of corporates driving the demand.
Vikram, this same question to you. What's the one segment that's driving the Bangalore rental market?
So Vishal, as you earlier said, Bangalore is primarily a technology and IT hub. So about 40 lakh employees are employed in the technology sector here. About 80% of them went home in the last 2 years. I think most of the demand is now being driven by these people who have been asked to come back. So areas like Belandur, Whitefield, Electronic City, Hebal, it's all demand driven by IT company, IT employees.
Arjun, Gurgaon isn't known as a finance hub like how Mumbai is known, or an
Yeah,
IT hub like Bangalore. So what is it जो गुड़गांव market को चलाता है?
I think majorly now Gurgaon is driven more by automobile segment entering into Manesar belt and the Bhiwadi segment because there's a lot of new automobile industries setting up in there's a big plant of Maruti coming up. There are a lot of Japanese factories setting up in Bhiwadi area. And now I think there are a lot of BPOs which are also moving in the Gurgaon region. So more than IT, I think it's the automobile industry which is getting a lot of migrants to move to Gurgaon segment.
Okay. So basically, we've established which city depends on which segment for its rental market. Now, the question that every tenant wants to know when he's looking out to get into a new city. In your view, uh, what is the one feature that an entry level tenant, someone who's arriving in a new city for his first job, he should keep in mind when he enters your three respective cities? I'll start with you, Ram Prasad, and then we'll go to Vikram and Arjun.
So first he needs to get a fix on the location based on his budget and also look at the travel time from the office. Very, very important. Mumbai travel times are crazy. Borivali to Andheri, a distance of 15 kilometers takes 1.5 hours. So get a fix on your budget. Very, very important. And then look at the location where you get this budget and time your travel time. Use the peak hours once to really travel and see how much time it will take.
Vikram, how about Bangalore? Ram Prasad mentioned the type of challenges that are there with Mumbai infrastructure. Given the news we see in Bangalore, it doesn't seem very different. Though I'm told it's not as bad as Mumbai.
Interesting difference from what Ramprasad ji said is that in Bangalore you can get different budgets in the same area. So it's not like South Mumbai will be higher than suburbs. So in Bangalore, if you go to Whitefield, you will get a rent of 30,000, also 3 lakhs in the same area. So the primary thing I would say, besides the travel time, is for any families moving to look at the proximity to schools, because a lot of people start off thinking of their where the office is located, but I actually recommend tenants to look at where you want your kids to go to school, because that is more important in my view than, because now a lot of tech people get work from home. Maybe you go 2 days to office, but kids have to go to school every day, and that's a bigger travel time and something you want to look at.
Okay, interesting. So, not your workplace, but where your kids school. That should be the determining factor in Bangalore. Okay, Arjun, how about you? For Gurgaon, what should an average entry level tenant look for?
I think मुझे लगता है गुड़गांव में something, fortunately traffic is not the problem, neither is the, what major problem गुड़गांव में आती है, public transport. So one which we should look at is कि हमारे पास क्या अपनी व्हीकल है कम्यूट करने के लिए, एंड हम कौन से एरिया में जा रहे हैं, क्या वहाँ पे कोई हमें ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का सिस्टम है, बिकॉज गुड़गांव इज वीक ऑन पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट. फॉर्चुनेटली ट्रैफिक का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, एंड एज ही सेड गुड़गांव में भी सेम एरिया में आपको 20,000 में भी अपार्टमेंट मिल जाता है और 2 lakhs में मिल जाता है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दी amenities and quality you choose. So it's your commute by what you want to do is what really matters vicinity में. Secondly, what really matters is कि आपका working hours क्या है. क्योंकि अगर आप गुड़गांव से थोड़ा बाहर जा रहे हैं towards मानेसर या द्वारका एक्सप्रेस वे जो स्टिल डेवलपिंग है, तो वहाँ पे ऑब्वियसली नाइट टाइम अभी इतना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर विसिनिटी में डेवलप नहीं हुआ है कि इट्स नॉट वेरी सेफ रात के लिए. तो योर टाइम ऑफ वर्किंग ऑल्सो रियली मैटर्स कि आप उस हिसाब से किस साइड आपको मूव करना चाहिए गुड़गांव में, किस पार्ट ऑफ सिटी में, बिकॉज दिस स्टिल लॉट ऑफ पार्ट्स इन गुड़गांव व्हिच आर रियली डार्क इन द पोस्ट 8.
Mhm. Okay, so Gurgaon may you have to keep in mind safety and lack of public transport as a person.
Yes, बिल्कुल.
Okay, Ram Prasad, uh,
Yeah.
everybody talks about Mumbai's astronomical sale values. घर के दाम
Absolutely.
इतने ज्यादा है, 2 crore, 3 crore, 5 crore, 10 crore, 15 crore. But at the rental level, uh, what is, in your view, the average rental cost for an average property in Mumbai today? When a tenant जो मुंबई में आता है, what should he look out for if he is looking for an average quality property in an average location? क्या होगी आपकी राय में?
So in the western suburb, when I talk of location between Borivali to Goregaon, a studio apartment basically, which is a one-bedroom apartment, will start at 22,000 going up to 29,000. A two-bedroom starts at 32,000 going right up to 45,000 depending on the quality and the furnishing. A three-bedroom goes between 45,000 to 80,000. These are the range in the western suburb. Then naturally, as you go south, it goes up astronomically. I mean, in Bandra, you would expect to pay anywhere between 75,000 to 1 lakh rupees for a two-bedroom or kitchen apartment.
So I remember some one of our followers who were who saw a Mumbai episode, and he said that with the amount people are paying in Mumbai for a 2 BHK compact one, in Bangalore in some parts you can actually get a villa, a bungalow. I'm sure
Absolutely.
I'm basically sure he did not mean in the prime part of Bangalore, but his point was that he rates वहाँ पे even rental are very very high.
High, yeah, absolutely. So
Okay,
Mumbai has a record of having extremely high rental values.
Vikram, I gave the example of Bangalore. Was that person who was a viewer? Was he exaggerating, or basically there's some truth to that?
Actually, I would say that's quite true, Vishal, because there is no, central Bangalore, prime Bangalore, there's no such thing in Bangalore. People just live in different pockets. You either live in Whitefield, you either live in Electronic City. So you have different rental range right where you in the suburb, or you have your office there, school there, so just live there. Right? So you don't commute to different parts of Bangalore very much. Coming to the rental rates, it's much more reasonable here. Two-bedroom will be, I'm talking about a gated society with the regular amenities like a swimming pool and gym, etc. Somewhere between 25 to 40,000 will be a two-bedroom, and a 40 to 65,000 will be a three-bedroom. I would also like to add that just in the last 3 to 4 months, rents have definitely shot up by 30 to 40% because of the amazing amount of people who have just come back in the last 3 to 4 months. Last year, we were renting a three-bedroom for 45,000. The same one is now at 65 to 70. So a lot of owner-tenant negotiation is going on right now to readjust.
Okay, that's a sharp rental jump that has happened in Bangalore. But broadly, if I understand right, from what Ram Prasad and you are saying, the Mumbai one BHK budget gets you a two BHK in Bangalore. The amounts that you have said. Okay, Arjun, Gurgaon next. Is it closer to Bangalore? Is it closer to Mumbai, or somewhere in between?
I think it's more closer to Bangalore because क्या price vary करता है ना गुड़गांव में depends upon the amenities जो आपको एक सोसाइटी ऑफर करती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आप गुड़गांव में एक बिल्डर फ्लोर रेंट करते हैं तो ऑब्वियसली आपको 20-25K में यू माइट गेट अ 2 bedroom, बट वो गेटेड नहीं होगा, पावर बैकअप नहीं होगा, वेल सिक्योरिटी ड्रिवन नहीं होगा, कोई एमेनिटीज नहीं होगी. सो ऑब्वियसली मेरे को वो अमेनिटीज मिल जाती है, स्विमिंग पूल, क्लब हाउस, रेस्टोरेंट्स मिल जाते हैं, बट ऑब्वियसली लोकेशन थोड़ी सिटी से बाहर हो जाती है. तो इट ऑल डिपेंड्स लोकेशन. आपको 20-25 हज़ार में ऑप्शन सेंट्रल में मिल जाएगा, बट यू हैव टू कॉम्प्रोमाइज ऑन द अमेनिटीज. बट इफ यू गो टुवर्ड्स न्यू गुड़गांव द्वारका एक्सप्रेस वे, तो यू विल गेट अ बिगर साइज विद मोर अमेनिटीज. सो यू हैव टू चूज क्या लोकेशन आप प्रेफर करते हैं.
So average rental cost for an average location, average property in a market like Gurgaon, how much would it be?
I would say somewhere between 30 to 40,000. For an average, I would say a bachelor person taking a 2 bedroom apartment of a 1,500 square feet.
Ram Prasad ji, he said 1,500 square feet. 1,500 square feet pe some builders in Mumbai do 4 BHKs. Uh,
Absolutely.
3 BHKs to, are below like 800, 900 often. Exactly.
Absolutely.
एक प्रॉब्लम काफी होता है कि in not just India but even outside, there are certain barriers for certain segments of tenants. Uh, be it non-vegetarian, be it a pet lover, be it Muslim tenants. In Mumbai, do you think that's a very big barrier with those traits?
So in my experience, honestly, this has not been a very big barrier in my career. If I would point out, I would say hardly 5% of the inventory that we have and we deal with have barriers, and that too from the society point of view. My owners have always been amenable. They are indifferent to whether a Muslim occupies a flat or a Hindu occupies a flat. Most of the time, societies are the one which create problems for, let's say, the Muslim segment in location which are predominantly Hindu, and then locations like Borivali and Kandivali, which are a lot of vegetarian people, don't. In fact, developers also don't sell to non-vegetarian people. I mean, we come across that. So when those societies are registered and all, the society office bearer, they don't have it as a written rule. You cannot discriminate in housing, but that discrimination is there. And yes, in a lot of societies, pets are a big issue. Sometimes it's a genuine issue that no, the pets are bitten, but what is the difference between an owner having a pet and a tenant having a pet? The rules are the same, but they will allow the owner to have a pet and not the tenant. Sometimes it's a mode of arm twisting, I would say. So yes, it exists in probably 5 to 7% of the cases we have dealt with, and it is a bit of a problem, but I wouldn't say it's a major issue as such.
Vikram, how about you? Is being a non-vegetarian or being a Muslim as a tenant, is that a big barrier in getting an apartment in a location that you want?
Vishal, I don't think I've come across any cases where somebody was not given a flat because he was a Muslim. We do actually track all these things because we also have to tell the owner, is there a pet, is there a vegetarian, non-vegetarian, all this. Interesting thing is societies actually have zero say. They don't ever come and check whether the person coming in is a vegetarian, non-vegetarian, who is he, because it's completely owner's call. And societies are typically a bit larger. I mean, I would say 200 flats to 1,000 flats is quite common here. So people don't even are not even able to track who's doing what. Coming to owner side, I think very few cases I've seen where somebody was concerned with a pet because they think their house will get damaged, not because of some society or neighbors pointing it out, because they think their interiors will get damaged a bit more because of a pet. But vegetarian, non-vegetarian is a non-issue in Bangalore.
अर्जुन, गुड़गांव में क्या ऐसी
I
बैरियर्स है
think
लोगों के लिए?
I think गुड़गांव में ये बिल्कुल भी barriers नहीं है. Fortunately, गुड़गांव has good amount of space. तो हर society में there is separate parks for dogs to take them to the washroom also. I think pet is only a barrier अगर if we are leasing out a fully furnished apartment तो एक tenant मतलब पूछता है जरूर कि ओनर की या इनके पास पेट है या छोटे बच्चे हैं, because obviously a fully furnished apartment में the way his furnishing is done. Veg, non-vegetarian, I don't think it really matters. Again, societies are so big. यहाँ पे सोसाइटी का रोल कहीं आता ही नहीं है कि what बैकग्राउंड यू कम फ्रॉम. उससे ज़्यादा आई थिंक जो गुड़गांव में चैलेंज आता है वो आता है आपका पर्सनल प्रोफाइल. So there are a lot of owners who do not prefer to give to business owners. They would want an MNC profile or an MNC lease or an expat lease. So that is more challenge in Gurgaon mein. Ki will it be a company lease or a personal lease, or is it from someone who's coming from a business background, rather than these barriers?
Okay, interesting. So basically, barriers for tenants of whatever segmentation, there is no inherent barrier from the responses I'm getting. In Bangalore and Gurgaon, it's barely there. Even Ram
Yeah,
Prasad said it's probably there for 5 to 7% of the properties. So overall, for a tenant, whatever your personal habits, that is not going to be a tough challenge in getting an apartment in the three cities of India, the three key cities. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, Ram Prasad. Now, इंडिया में कोई भी यंग पर्सन है जिंदगी में, उसको मुंबई आना है.
Right.
और कोई जगह है ही नहीं. Right now, that seems like a very different world. Many other cities have picked up.
Yes.
Many of them, people say, are even better than Mumbai. People who leave Mumbai and go to the other cities, they say, why was I staying in Mumbai earlier? I should have moved long before. Uh, in your view today, what is it that makes a tenant prefer Mumbai versus other cities?
So I would say Mumbai is a melting pot of cultures. If you want a national flavor, you need to stay in Mumbai. We have so many state people staying in Mumbai, and you don't have language barriers like you have in the other major cities. I've been to a lot of metro cities, and I find the biggest problem is language barriers and all. Mumbai is like an international city, just like how my fellow member was mentioning Dubai. So that is one. And most of the tenants come here because there's a lot of job opportunities. Second, there's a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities now that have opened up in the last couple of years. So I think simply the opportunities available to make money and strike it rich and then go out of Mumbai and have a leisure life is what drives people to Mumbai.
Ramprasad, you mentioned about what works in Mumbai tenant versus others. Vikram, what is it that makes Bangalore tick for a tenant versus other cities?
So a few things, Vishal. I think the topic of weather has always come in whenever somebody talks about Bangalore. The one of the most amenable weathers in all the metropolitan cities here. Typically, the temperature is between 20 to 35 degrees most of the year. So the weather is one of the most important attractive thing here. Second will be size of the flats. That's quite interesting because two-bedroom here is anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 square feet, and three-bedroom is anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 square feet. So I actually have a client who moved from Bombay, and he the tenant profile was he, his wife, and two kids who are less than 3 years old. He rented a penthouse which is 6,000 square feet. I was like, why do you need such a big space? So his only reply was, Vikram, I'm paying the same rent as I was paying in Bombay. So why not? Right? Finally, I get to stay in a 6,000 square feet penthouse. So that's the second thing. Third thing is also interesting thing in Bangalore is there is no such concept of a very local feeling, right? Most of the people who live here, who you typically interact with, have all come from outside. Like 80% of the people in your society will be from North or Orissa or Delhi, right? So people feel that okay, they are not in some South Indian city where they have to learn some South Indian language. You typically end up interacting most of the time in English or in Hindi, unless you book your cabs. You know most, so you are not really in a very South Indian city also. So that also helps.
Arjun,
Right.
uh, Ram Prasad and Vikram told us why a tenant prefers Mumbai versus others and Bangalore versus others. Why does a tenant को गुड़गांव पसंद है दूसरे शहरों से?
I think one of the major reasons Gurgaon is being now, in a good demand is because of the quality of life, connectivity with the international airport, and number three is the amenities. In terms of, अगर मैं Delhi की भी बात करूं, there are a lot of families moving in from Delhi also to Gurgaon. One of the major reasons is quality of life and the things it offers. Now societies जितनी गुड़गांव में आ रही है आज की डेट में, मैं amenities की बात करूं तो क्लब हाउस has been one of the very major attraction for the people to move in, because you step down and you name tennis, basketball, restaurants, bar, your home theater, anything and everything you name is just downhill. So the convenience of having a personal life post your work life has become very easy in Gurgaon. मैं घर काम से वापस आता हूँ तो मुझे बाहर जाने के लिए सोचना पड़ता है, बट मेरे को नीचे उतरने के लिए सोचना नहीं पड़ता. In 2 minutes I can change and go down to my gym. In 5 minutes I can go down for a dinner. So everything, convenience, the quality has really helped. Gurgaon evolved, and a lot of people from Delhi also सिर्फ इसलिए move in कर रहे हैं because of amenities. That safety, because it's gated, right? तो एक फैमिली को ये लगता है कि मेरा बच्चा चाहे नीचे है, वो कुछ भी कर रहा है मुझे पता है सेफ है, क्योंकि मेजर जगहों में बाहर खुली सोसाइटीज होती हैं या खुले फ्लोर्स होते हैं. सोसाइटी में पता है कोई बाहर नहीं जाएगा अननोइंगली, कोई अंदर नहीं आएगा. सो इट्स एक सेफ एनवायरनमेंट विद लॉट ऑफ amenities. So it really helps Gurgaon is growing its market.
So, those are some good positives for Gurgaon. Ram Prasad, what is the most common mistake you see tenants in Mumbai make? The mistake, one most common mistake. क्या
So one
mistake
of the
they can
commonest mistake they make is underestimating the rental in a particular location. Like when they intend to come to Mumbai, if they're coming from outside, they've heard all the good things about a place called Bandra, which is the queen of suburb, Jew and all, but they underestimate the rentals. They rely a lot on real estate portals, especially listing portals, which have a lot of inaccurate data, and most of them are non-existent. So people want to come to Jew and want to pay 50,000 rupees for a two-bedroom hall kitchen, which is not possible. So don't underestimate the rental. Do your market research. Talk to few credible brokers to get a hang of the market. Second, overestimating their negotiation skills. As I know in my business now, negotiation skills, especially in the economical segment between the 20,000 to the 60,000, there is not a much of leverage. And I have personally noticed in the last 1 year, rentals have gone up by almost 20 to 25% in this market because of the redevelopment thing. In fact, when I renewed my agreement, it would be in half fair to ask for a 5% or 7%. But my tenant, we looked at the rentals going on in the building, and I was happily paid 20% over my last rental by my tenant. So don't underestimate the rentals in a location. Don't overestimate your negotiation skills. These are the two things that a tenant coming to Mumbai should do.
the other. Uh, Vikram, in your view, Bangalore, what is the most common mistake tenants make?
I think the most common mistake now is the amount of time they will need to commute to their office or to meet people or basically the time to commute. Uh, People who come from other cities, they think 30 minutes drive is a long time to drive. Though, and so people end up taking something which is 4 5 kilometers away in Bangalore. But sometimes in Bangalore, even 5 kilometers can take 45 minutes. So it's about how easily you are connected through the right roads to your office. So even though you are like 4 kilometers away, the road may be so bad that it will take you 45 minutes to just get there. So be aware of the society and where is your workspace, where is your school kids schooling, and how effective. What is the time you will take realistically through Google Maps or through friends. So understand that a lot more.
Ankur, how about you? गुड़गांव में क्या कॉमन गलती टेनेंट्स करते हैं?
आई थिंक वन ऑफ द थिंग्स जो गुड़गांव में काफ़ी टेनेंट अंडर एस्टिमेट कर देते हैं वो है मेंटेनेंस चार्ज ऑफ अ सोसाइटी जहाँ पे वो मूव इन करते हैं, क्योंकि यूजुअली एक टेनेंट को होता है कि मैं एक सोसाइटी में मूव इन करूँगा, रेंटल्स के अलावा मुझे मेंटेनेंस चार्ज 2-2.5 रुपये पर स्क्वायर फुट देना पड़ेगा, फॉर अ 1500 स्क्वायर फीट अपार्टमेंट 25,000 रुपये का रेंटल है मेरा, मुझे 3,000 रुपये से ऊपर मेंटेनेंस नहीं देना पड़ेगा। बट आज की डेट में एक छोटी से छोटी सोसाइटीज में भी अपनी मेंटेनेंस आउटसोर्स कर दी है टू ब्रांड्स लाइक CBRE, JLL. So maintenance charges have shooted up to 4.5 to 5 rupees. तो एक 25,000 रुपए के अपार्टमेंट में भी उनके मेंटेनेंस चार्जेस महीने के 8-9 हजार रुपए आ रहे हैं, जो मूव इन करने के बाद एकदम से शॉक मिलता है. सो दैट इज वेयर व्हाट वी टेल की check maintenance charge because it varies from like the huge difference of maintenance charge from a society to society, which really starts pinching to a tenant because वो एक 25,000 रुपए का जो टेनेंट है वो सोचते हैं कि मैं 5,000 रुपए ऊपर देके I have to move to a closer location rather than paying maintenance for that society.
So that's on the broad detail aspect for the city. Uh, Before we go, we'll do a short rapid fire round. So not be the coffee with the hamper, but just a quick snapshot as to what works and what doesn't work in particular cities. Uh, Time question, 90 seconds. Ram Prasad, I'll start with you. You can tell me about your market in brief on each 90 seconds. What's the best thing for a tenant in Mumbai?
International flavor city.
What's the worst thing for a tenant in Mumbai?
Tiny homes.
Pet owners, non-vegetarians, bachelors, Muslim tenants. Which tenant has a traffic?
Fun-loving bachelors.
What is the most common apartment configuration in Mumbai? 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK?
2 BHK between the size of 600 to 800 carpet square.
What can a rent of 20,000 rupees get you in Mumbai?
Studio apartment in Borivali and Kandivali.
The quantum of deposit that tenants need to pay in Mumbai?
4 to 6 months rent depending on the apartment.
The highest value rental deal in your city?
19 lakh rupees rent per month in a building of 33 South at Pedder Road.
Wow, 90 lakhs per month. Offline or online broker? What works better for tenants?
Always an offline broker. They are there to handhold you through the entire process and they are there with you for the entire tenure of the agreement.
And the most common duration of a lease agreement in Mumbai?
2 years. 2-year lease.
Okay. So time question done less than 90 seconds. Next up, Vikram, the same sort of questions for you. Best thing for a tenant in Bangalore?
The best thing is the weather and quite friendly people over here. Locals.
The worst thing for a tenant in Bangalore?
Traffic and commute, typical time to go to office or to any social place.
Pet owners, Muslim tenants, non-vegetarians, or bachelors? Which tenant has traffic?
Again, the same bachelors, especially fun-loving bachelors.
The most common apartment configuration in Bangalore?
3-bedroom between 1,500 to 1,800 square feet size.
Wow. See, Rajasthan is saying that I'm hearing the square feet of thinking Mumbai 8 into 4 and 5 BHK. 20,000 rupees. That much of rent. What can I get you in Bangalore?
I think a 2-bedroom in Electronic City, small gated society.
The quantum of deposit that the tenant needs to pay?
That's actually a similar 4 to 6 months.
The highest valued rental deal in your city?
I think there are 2 areas. One is Prestige, White Meadows, and Kingfisher Towers, somewhere between 4 to 5 lakhs a month.
The
think Ramprasad mentioned 19 lakhs. We have gone from 19 to 4.5, 4 to 5 lakhs.
Yeah.
Uh, Offline or online broker, what works best for a tenant according to you?
For offline brokers, we because there is a lot of process besides just finding a tenant.
And the most common duration of a lease agreement.
Here we have mostly unregistered leases, so they are typically 11 months done on a 100 or 200 rupees stamp paper. 11 months.
So 2 years in Mumbai and 11 months in Bangalore. So that's for Bangalore. And lastly, Arjun Gurgaon. Uh, Best thing for a tenant in Gurgaon.
I think it's the space and the roads, which like the open space which we offer in the city.
The worst thing for a tenant in Gurgaon.
Nightlife, because it's not very safe as till today because it gets dark in a lot of areas.
Pet owners, non-vegetarians, bachelors, Muslim tenants.
I
Each
think
tenant has
it's
enough.
name the fun-loving bachelors because bachelors is a problem in a lot of societies.
So bachelors are basically unwanted across everywhere.
Yeah,
Uh, the most common apartment configuration in Gurgaon.
a three-bedroom of a 2,000 square feet, which is a three-bedroom plus servant, is majorly preferred by majority. Yeah.
What can 20,000 rupees get you in Gurgaon?
I think you have to go a little further from Gurgaon near Manesar Toll. You can get a two-bedroom in the outskirts of Gurgaon, a two-bedroom apartment of a 1,200 square feet in a gated society.
The quantum of deposit that a tenant needs to pay in Gurgaon.
I think for a semi-furnished apartment, which we say is, is with air conditions, modular kitchen, and wardrobes, done, 30 to 45 days.
So 30 to 45 days of rental amount is deposit in Gurgaon. So that's
Yeah,
much different from Mumbai and Bangalore.
yeah.
The highest value rental deal in Gurgaon.
Around 8 lakh rupees at the DLF Camellias, which is a four-bedroom apartment, 7,000 square feet, facing 300 acres of golf course.
So 19 lakhs, 4.5 lakhs, and 9 lakhs. Okay. Uh, okay. Offline or online brokers, what works best for a tenant according to you?
Offline brokers. I think everyone wants to go and explore 10 options in the vicinity and areas. So they need an offline broker to help them get through inside the society, show them four different apartments, and help them through the lease agreement.
The most common duration of a lease agreement in Gurgaon.
11 months is most preferred by all tenants. Usually they end up signing a 3 years lease with an 11 months lock-in. So more in a way, it turns out to be an 11 months lease only, which stands legally.
Yes, so three rapid fires done in less than 90 seconds. Uh, with that, we'll take a wrap on this show. This has been a good roundup of the rental market, three major cities of India, Gurgaon, Bangalore, Mumbai. Thank you, Ramprasad. Thank you, Vikram. Thank you, Arjun.